Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Football Manager 2018 playthrough with me, your host, Luckymarine, where we are playing Ostend, and it could be the game that wins the whole thing. And Dala is out injured for the rest of the season. No, just for 3 to 10 days. If I quick pick, you're just going to chuck a Garland in there. Let's put in as well Luis Eduardo just there. We'll bring Soto into the team. And that is Elias. Go on then. Elias and Eduardo at the back. We'll go for that. Proceed to match. Indeed, we could win the whole shebang right here. So hopefully title is ours if we manage to win. Let's go for it. So the pivotal game is going to be our own stadium with our lack of big screen TV because of reasons. I still don't know why we don't have a TV. Maybe because of all the debt we were in the first season. You seem a little bit tricky. I'm going to have to keep an eye on you. Anyway, Guzman was up to it. Written inside to Chupana, to Gustavo, back to Patrick, all the way up to Tom Jack, who couldn't quite beat his man, but buys the corner. Angelino goes down to Pana, to Ritz, back to Pana, out to Ilias, to Ritz. Ritz drifting into his kind of left back position that he's used to. No, you're meant to be a centre back, Elias, just for this game. Galan, who's coming back from injury. Wow, that could have gone anywhere. Yeah, Galan's just come back from injury, so he's lacking a little bit of match sharpness. Angelina brings the ball down well. Lays it off to Elias, to Patrick, to Pana. All the way up to Luis Eduardo, who lumps a long ball forward. Galan will get on the end of it. Drazic somehow manages to pick it up. And it's dealt with. Guzman with a shot ball out, as we always do. There's no point in having a shot ball out if you're just going to lump it forward there. Casing Matos, and that is the second time you have got the better of us. What position do you play? 27, Belgian. Seems a little tricky. Elias to Ritz. Ritz forward to Gustavo. Galan makes a brilliant run. That deserved a little bit more. It's not dealt with. It is now. According to the stats so far in the first 8 minutes or so, we're doing okay. But the first 8 minutes, they count for naught. Panda just misses the target there, but still counts as a shot. They're getting a lot of space around the back here. It's not the first time they've managed to whip in a decent cross from over there. I suppose that Angelino being pushed so far up, it leaves a space to exploit in the back. Can we close him down? Well done, Patrick. Drazic holds the ball up, offloads to someone, does his job well. Unfortunately, I think Galan was waiting for someone to get in the box. One of our attacking midfielders should have been busting it to take up Drazic's position in there. But he wasn't. Drazic will hold the ball up until everyone gets onside. And then lay it off all over. Either way, gives us a dead ball. Oh. I was going to say, gives us a dead ball situation. Are you off? Is that you gone? Looks like it. Made a sub. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's good for us. Gustavo to Eduardo, who got sent off. Might have been the striker. We have people lining up to take that shot. Needed to be dealt with, and it goes out for a corner. Tom Jack with the corner in. Will come out as far as Panna. Cross the box to Gustavo. Goes for the shot. Hits the crowd in front of him. Goes out for a corner. Comes out to Panna. To Ritz. To Gustavo again. That's another corner. No, goal kick. Fair enough. So who got sent off? A right back. Who did you take off? Let me click on him. Damn it. Game, please. Make these names easier to click. Tom Jack forward to Galan. We have people flooding forward here. I was going to say, get it to someone with a little bit more brains than you, i.e. Gustavo. He did, and from Gustavo, we managed to fashion a decent chance. Well, a little bit of a head tennis there, but their keeper picks it up, plucks it from there. And Elias will pick that up deep to Ritz, to Angelino. It wasn't the best ball to him. It wasn't a ball that he could run onto. Anyway, Gustavo, Angelino with a shot, and he deserves that. Yeah. Angelino deserves that. He doesn't get enough praise for what he brings to the team. Gustavo goes to the shot, bounces off Drazic of all people. That might have gone in if Drazic hadn't been in the way. I reckon Gustavo and Drazic are going to have words in the changing room at half time. There will be oranges thrown. Surprised Drazic was onside for that, actually. Anyway, Angelino with a good sliding tackle. So we'll go 2 ahead. So still doesn't let me click on it. We'll go 2 ahead, and then we'll switch to the conserve energy. We've still got 2 matches to go. Although if we do win this match, Oostend are the guys in second. If we win this match, that's pretty much game over. So I might as well keep pushing, I suppose. Grossman, they took you off. Must have put another left back on. Lumped forward, back into the danger area. Gustavo will bring it down. He's desperate for his moment of glory, is Gustavo. It's like Drazic robbed me of it. Let me click on the game. Why does it need to be so difficult to click on? Did no one test that out? Evidently not. Ritz to Gustavo, who's started to have a little bit of a nightmare today. Goes back to Drazic. Oh, that was simple and beautiful, and just needed that to nestle in the bottom corner. Well done. Just before half time, let's go in with a goal to the good. Let's not concede here against 10 men. That would be silly. Who did he bring on? Yeah, dedicated right back. Who looks fairly effective at getting up the line. Getting on a bit though. Doesn't quite have the speed. And they've taken their attacking midfielder out, which means Patrick really doesn't have anyone to play with anymore. I think next year, or next season, so look at tactics. Next season, I'll want something like, I want to train something like that, so that for these kind of matches, when they get a man sent off, we can identify which area of the pitch has now been relieved of its pressure. At the moment, it's Patrick. He now no longer has an attack in midfield to deal with, so we could take Patrick off, and we could put another forward on, and really ramp up the pressure against them. Really go for the goal difference, or just check him into midfield. Be a little bit more supportive. We don't need to be as deep here anymore. But yeah, we'll see. Do it next year. If you fiddle with your tactics a little bit too much, and your familiarity drops with it, then even though you're a man up, you can end up performing really, really badly. So I'm going to leave that as it is. Let's go to team talk and say, man down, but don't let your performance levels drop. We're only a goal to the good. If we've got 2 goals to the good, I will probably swap out some people a little early. Give them a little bit more experience. Some of the youth. Soto and the likes. I wonder if Racine's on the bench. No, I think I put him back in the other 21s. He just wasn't getting enough game time. Gustavo to Drazic, holds the ball up, lays it off to someone with more brains than him, and runs into the box. That's all that I want. That's all that I want from Drazic. He may be a potato, but he's our potato. Now this guy has had the better of our right back a few times now. Probably one of their danger men on their team. Guzman with a short ball out, because we like to build from the back. Well, that needed to be dealt with. I don't like that. The keeper will have known that that was going wide, that there was no danger there. He should have held his hands up, walked to the edge of his to where his post was. Held his hands up, so he's not touching it, and let it flash wide of his post. He didn't need to give away a dangerous corner there, which resulted in a half decent chance. It still annoys me a little bit. Gustavo gets on this ball. Was looking at the stats actually. That's a rare moment where Drazic loses that. Was looking at the stats, and we've, from corners, I think we've scored 7 goals from corners this season, which is more than anybody else has. And that's directly from corners. That's ball in, first contact has been in the net. What it doesn't take into, like that kind of thing, what it doesn't take into account is that the position, or the position in the box and where we have people, sometimes it's not an immediate shot on goal, but we recycle possession, and quite a lot of times goals come from that recycled possession. Instead of just lumping it into the box and it being like a 50-50, whether we're going to get it, they're going to get it, whether the keeper's going to get it, we try to pack this area with people and have it come out to like the penalty spot area. Well, that's what it's meant to be doing, so we've got more chance of retaining possession in a dangerous area. Anyway, I'm going to start swapping people out. Let's have Soto on for Pana, because he looks like he's having a bit of a nightmare. Busquets, you can come on for Patrick. Elias, you go out. And we'll have Saudi come on for Angelino. Let's not give the referee the opportunity to even the scores here in terms of red cards. You find that happens a lot. If there's one red card in a game, there's usually two with the referee. I don't know, it must be a psychological thing. If he sent a person off for one team, then I think it is, if you worked out the numbers, I think if the opposition has a man sent off, you are more likely to have someone sent off yourself. And I think we keep attacking. Lombard comes out. They've taken off... What? They've taken off a defender and put on an attacking midfielder. So... Ooh, nearly. We might see this formation change. They might go to 3 at the back and push someone forward. Maybe. Elias into Busquets, to Galan, to Busquets. Ritz picks up the loose ball. Soto stumbles, and Busquets smashes it over the holdings. We've got more media people here than we usually have, and 2 TV cameras right behind the goal. Why would we need 2 of them right behind the goal? I don't know, but that, I think... Is it? That's the League 1. And apart from our fuck up right at the end of the season, right at the end of the first part of the season, I mean, we've been pretty much bomb-proof in the championship phase. Aided, of course, by Anderlecht just melting away. We're gonna have a look. Oh. Just a free kick. I'm gonna have to have a look at what happened to Anderlecht, because they came charging at us late on in the first phase of the season. They got all the way up to second, and I was fairly certain with our form that we were. Again, no, he didn't need to. He didn't need to pick that up. That's probably the most exaggerated case of what the fuck are you doing, goalkeeper, you cock, that I've seen. All the way out to here, and then loses it and gives away a corner. It's ridiculous. It needs a lot of work. I don't think it needs that much work. It just needs... the goalkeeper needs programming, so that he's less and less inclined to go down his line to stop things going out of play. Unless they're from his own teammate. If it's from the opposition, then there should be like a law of diminishing returns. The further away from the centre of his goal it is. Or from his posts it is. With his own people, he should bust a nut to try stop that going out of play, because again, it results in a corner. If he can stop that corner, fair enough. It annoys me. It annoys me because it's not real enough. Talking real enough, I've just pulled the lever on Oculus Rift, the Black Friday deal. It was down to 350 with the controllers and X amount of games, like 6 games for bundled in for free. I don't know how good the games are going to be, because anything that's given for free is usually shit. So we'll see. We'll have a go. So I've been looking at VR for quite a while. I was looking at VR when they were developing Oculus, you could get into what was the beta of it. It was like this massive thing that you put on your face, and I was going to get involved then, but they refined the technology. They've also got a few competitors now with was it Vive, and Microsoft are bringing out a new one, or bringing out a competitor that works via cameras on the outside of the eyeset. Eyeset? Is that a thing? Is that a word? Is that a terminology? I don't know. Goggles. Outside of the goggles kind of thing. Well done. Well done. Yeah. So, competition is always good. Brings down prices. Gets people sorting their technology. No. How do I word this? How do I word it? Now, mobile phone companies, they have the technology. They already have the technology developed that they're going to put in the phone that they will sell 3 years from now. But there's no point in chucking everything in all the technology that they've got into today's phone. Otherwise, they'll have nothing for next year and the year after and the year after. It's like the same thing that we got told. If you ever get interrogated, it's about gradual release of information, and that's what they do with technology. However, if you've got competitors bringing out or willing to bring out that next level of technology before you do, suddenly you're behind the game, and you have to catch up. You have to go into your archives and you have to say, right, okay, well, we're going to release that bit of technology and that bit of technology ahead of time, and that is essentially the space race. Two superpowers, whether it be commercial companies or whether it be countries themselves, vying for technological. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm sorry, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. 2 times in a row for KV Mechelen. Let's get back to Football Manager. Yeah, pre-season odds of 30 to 1. Hope somebody got on that. They should have got on that. We'd won it last season with a worse squad. Anderlecht certainly were pre-season favourites. Let's see their schedule. They went to shit at the end. They charged hard from about here to here. Take out the European Cup games. So, just Pro League. Yeah, they charged hard from there to there, and they got all the way up to second place. Even beat us on the way. And I was pooping myself a little bit. I was like, well, as soon as we get into... I thought that Anderlecht were going to be, as soon as we got into the championship group, they were going to be the ones that were going to put us under some real pressure. But this happened, and they dropped away. They got a win against Zultwagen, and they've not done anything, have they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games played. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. It's just not enough. Not enough for the likes of RSC Anderlecht. I will be surprised if the manager that they've got at the moment is an interim manager that they've had since December, because their manager was sacked in December for poor performance. No, not. I don't need to click on that bit. We have a look at. Nope. Manager movements. Here we go. And like 19th of December was sacked because of poor league position, and they only made the interim manager a proper manager a few weeks ago. Actually, it was around here that they made the interim manager the proper manager. So this was probably enough to convince the board that he was the right man. And then he went and fucked them. So So his tenure might be cut short. We might see another manager. I can imagine another manager will come in. I can't see Anderlecht. Where's your staff? Nope. Staff. I can't see them going with an unknown manager. Someone who's relatively unknown. I don't know. You might know Emilio Ferrara. I do not. I can imagine that they would go for... He was a player at Anderlecht in 1982 to 1983, year I was born. All the way up to... Yeah, he's not been... he's been at Anderlecht for a while. Maybe they just took a chance. Caretaker manager, between managers, then interim manager, now he's full manager. Maybe they just stuck with him out of loyalty. But his man management is poo. His motivating is fairly crap. He's an alright coach. He's probably quite a good assistant manager. Maybe. I don't know. With this man management and motivating both being quite low. I mean, he's got some good stats. You look at this and you think, quite a good staff member. But then when you have a look through the bits that you need for manager, this lets him down. For assistant manager, nope, that lets him down. Coach, he's motivating, certainly lets him down. His level of discipline and his determination are brilliant. His motivating is crap. Wouldn't even take a chance on him. Scout, he's actually probably a half decent scout. It's probably his best role. I can imagine Anderlecht getting rid and bringing in a recognised manager, especially with the manager merry-go-round that's going to happen at the end of this season. 2 times in a row for Mechelen. Yep. Oh, I'm meant to go through all these. Happy with the win. Splendid. Gustavo shines. He did. He even hit Drazek with a shot that was meant to be going in the net, but Angelino knocked it in instead. Bilic spotted. Still looking at Gooseman. Get a room, you dickheads. And we celebrate the glory. Of course we celebrate the glory. What else was going to happen? Granada's Bayern. Come and get me, please. No, you're 30 years old. This value is not going to go up. From 30 onward, it's not going to go up. Your determination is too low. You play in a place where you'd be vying for position with Patrick. And Patrick is better than you. In many, many ways. Why can I not? How does he think he's going to... Why does he think that I want him? For reasons unknown. No. I'm not going to come and get you. I'm sorry. And you probably want a massive contract. Luis Eduardo wants another contract. Let's go with plenty of time remaining. There will be no talk of one right now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be it for me for today. That is us. We have won the league for the 2nd time in a row. I think the next lot of players that come through the door, hopefully the next lot of players that come through the door, well done Toto, you deserve that, you bald bastard, will be of a better ilk, should I say, and hopefully they'll allow us to compete in Europe a little bit, a tiny bit. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. We lost every single game of our European group stages last season. I mean, we got better in time. Even took Sevilla all the way to 10 seconds from the end. We would have got a point from that, but it wasn't to be. Oh well. But I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. Gooseman the dickhead is probably going to go soon, but He's done the job for us. He's been here for the Super Cup win, he's been here for the Belgian Cup win, and he's been here for the league win. So even though we could have probably sold him for about 2.5 million, maybe 3 earlier in the season, would we have got the league win without him? I would say no. I would say no. And bringing a loanee in might not have been the best idea. Not with the whole dynamics thing now these days. But I reckon that the 2 million missed out because we didn't sell Guzman earlier. He's far and away offset by the rise in profile of our club with winning the league and the 11.3 million you get for Champions League football. Anyway, I've been Luckymarine. You lot have been amazing. Join me next time for AA Ghent. Until then, do take care.